Alright, what up with it, y'all, man? It's your southern brother, truck boy Bud-Maverick here at you again. What my Mavericks doing for it? Now, I got, I see that I got 109 subscribers now. Subscribers now. That being said, usually when people, get quite a few new ones, they might have questions that already been answered in other videos. So I figure I'd go ahead and answer them in here, what I can think of. So, first off, that's if you come in. I'm gonna talk about Swift. So if you come into Swift, the cost is gonna be about 3,900. That's well, in my case, it was 3,900. I guess other people's are too. Price was the same too, unless you had to maybe catch a Greyhound and live in a hotel at the time. I didn't have to because they had a training close to my area. I can just drive home every single day. So anyway, the first week of your training, you go be in the class. You go do class work, which is learning, uh, preparing you to get your CDL permit. I would really prefer you to have it way beforehand, not way beforehand, but at least before you come into the training, because they go just shove everything all in what, a week? No, not really even in a week. You gonna be studying Monday and Tuesday, and like the end of Wednesday, they gonna have you go take your test, and if you fail it, you go continue to take it until you pass it. Well, no, that was in my case because I didn't have to go nowhere. So if you have to go to a hotel, you get like what, two chances to take it, maybe three. If you fail it on the second time, you get sent home. So to avoid all that, just get your permit beforehand. And if you ain't seen my other videos to the new people or whoever makes already been here, I recommend an app on your phone. If you got an Android, you want to download DMV Genie, DMVGENIE. That's the app. It'll give you, it's all the test questions that's on the on the test. You download the app, you select your state, they give you test question after test question. If you get one wrong, or if you get it right, it'll highlight the answer green, let you know you got it wrong. I mean right. And if you got it wrong, it'll highlight the question, the answer that you selected that was wrong, it'll highlight it red and highlight the correct answer green. So you have no choice but to get it. Just keep going over and over. You can get all your endorsements and everything on there. If you got iPhone, it's DMV Genius. DMV GENIUS, I believe so. So I would definitely recommend you getting that beforehand, because in my case, I already had mine, so I was bored in the classroom. I'd rather have it than be getting sent home over there. So anyway, after you get your permit, you have your uh, 2 or 3 weeks actually out there in the yard on the truck. No matter what training you go to, whatever school or whatever company you go to, first thing you gonna do is straight back. Learn how to back up straight. I ain't really got to get into that, but skip all that. Say you do got your CDL. Now it's time for the orientation. You got 3 days of orientation. Mostly paperwork. You go be watching videos, learning about the company, how the company was started. It was this man and his dad. They started off with one truck. I don't really want to get into it because I don't really remember it. It's just so you can have an idea. You go be watching videos and filling out paper after paperwork after paperwork. Your application, your work history, your job. What was it? Your work history. Stuff like any other employee has. Uh, I think you'll be signing a couple of waivers. I might be lying right here. Anyway, you had a 3 days orientation. Second or third day is what you paid for. It's gonna come out to a total of like $135 or so, like something like that. But it's alright though. I mean, you getting paid for it. So after you done your orientation, I think like the second day of orientation, they telling you like we gonna have your mentors ready, and on that time, during that time, they go get all the information. Um, oh, your mentor. First of all, they gonna have you on the computer. That's one thing I always forgot to tell you. On the computer, they have this thing. They ask you your preference of a mentor, male or female. If you put male, they go. I mean, whatever you choose, they go ask for smoker or non-smoker. After that, they go ask why did you choose the sex that you chose. I told him the truth. It's because my girlfriend won't go have it. I couldn't be in a truck with another female that long, especially not looking this good. You know what I'm saying? But uh, there you go. Ask they gonna have you ask your preference, smoker, non-smoker. Why did you choose that sex? And so they get all that information. Then when they have your mentor, they got your mentor picked out. They usually try to get you somebody around your age, because if you a younger person and you might get an older student. Older people not gonna want to listen to a younger person. You can't really tell an older person nothing whether they wrong or not. But they get you all the information of the trainer. They give you his phone number, his name, his driver code, I believe. So and during that time, you gonna have a driver code, and they'll pretty much swapping information with you and your trainer. So after the third day, that's usually when you leave out with your trainer, unless like it was in my case my trainer ended up coming like late, so I had to end up leaving on a day later, which was Thursday. So after the third day of orientation, you leave out with your trainer, and as soon as you get out, as soon as you meet your trainer, hey, what up? What's your name? Mine, so and so. You start on your pre-trip. As soon as you get there, and then as soon as you meet him, you already on the load on his next load. Wherever he was going, you gonna have to drive there. So, and when you out with your mentor, you have a total of 200 hours behind the wheel to complete. It's gonna take about 4 weeks or so. People might not think 200 hours will take that long, but when you think about it, some days you're gonna drive about 10 hours. Some days you're not gonna drive as many. Some days you might be sitting waiting on the load. You might have a breakdown. All these other factors come into play. Because one day, you might drive 10 hours. Another day, you might drive 6 hours. Add that, you know what I'm saying? Add that day by day and see how long that'll take. And even if you're out 4 weeks, if you didn't reach the 200 hours behind the wheel, you're still gonna be there. Now the pay when you with your mentor, depending on where you live, you'll be making probably like the minimum wage. Depending on where your state is, and that's only when you um, on duty not driving. On duty not driving, I mean like when you feel it, getting diesel for the truck, fuel, or when you arrived at a shipper for a pickup, or when you're making a delivery, stuff like that. That's on duty not driving. Now when you hold on real quick, brother, chilling. Oh, messed the whole video up. Now when you driving, you making 9.50 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So you want to maximize your drive time as much as possible, because that's the only time you'll be getting paid, no matter what you're doing on the clock or not. You know what I'm saying? So in my case, driving, I was making 9.50. On duty not driving, I was making 8.50, because I believe I think that's the minimum wage up here in Detroit. Although I don't live in Detroit no more, we moved out from the area. But every time you reach 50 hours of driving time, you have to call into like the driving coordinators or something like that for the student drivers. Let them know you reached the 50-hour mark. They go ask you questions like, are you wearing a seatbelt the whole time driving? Are you sleeping on the top bunk or the bottom bunk when you drive while you're not driving? And during your time while you're driving, your mentor is supposed to be keeping up with your scores and all that. Uh, that's another thing they may ask you to record too. Not to record, but to tell them the score that your mentor gave for you. Um, let me get this thing. I forgot what it. Okay, 50 more. That's all I can remember so far. No, yeah. After you reach your 200 hours with your mentor, um, when you when it's time for you to test out, that's what they call upgrade. When you get ready to test out after you reach your 200 mark, you go have to you gonna have to drive yourself to y'all gonna have to go to one of the Swift terminals. At the Swift terminal, you have to test out again. It's a written test first, not like the permit test. Nowhere near different. It's about training. See what you learn while you're out there with your mentor. Then you have the driving test. they go take you when you get the driving test. They go take you around. You go hit the interstate. It's gonna be like a total 20 minutes if that. You go out, on the interstate. They go bring you back to the terminal. You gonna have to park in between. You gonna have to park somewhere, meaning you gonna have to back up. So you want to get all your backs in, backups, backups while you with your mentor. You have to get a total of 40 backups too. I forgot to mention that. Total of 40 backups with your mentor. So after you do your drive test with your mentor, they gonna have you park. It might be park. They might have you park between two trailers, or they might do like they did me between two trailers, but I had to go in between two cones at the same time. But when you backing up, you want to put your four-way flashes on. You know what I'm saying? While you're at the terminal or anywhere, I always have your four-way flashes on. And then when you're backing up, you want to beep the horn, just to let somebody, just in case somebody behind you. Because if you don't do that, you could possibly fail. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? After you did your driving test and backed up, and, if you pass during that day, you get your keys. Well, you don't get your keys, but they assign you a truck. And if you was if you were like me, you gonna be waiting like a day or so, because I had to wait until they found me a truck. And then when they found me a truck, I was either in North Carolina or South Carolina. I had to catch a Greyhound to New Jersey. That took about 18 hours. That's why I don't like Greyhound, man. And then when I got there, it was a truck, wasn't nothing like what I trained in, so I had to learn in a completely different truck. But let's see, what else? I can't even remember. But anyway, and if anybody watching this, y'all got a Facebook or whatever, go and drop y'all Facebook names in the comments, because I want to put a face with all these names. I'm saying, because if y'all know what I look like and all that, I want to see who I'm talking to other than just names. Go on and drop your Facebook name. And I probably, you know what I'm saying, I search y'all. I don't put no truck and stuff on Facebook, but I wouldn't mind, I interact with people, I respond to people. I ain't like the other people. And if anybody know how these people, how y'all getting paid on this YouTube, I might as well. You can't go wrong with that. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing. What's wrong? I mean, it's can't beat getting paid just talking in the phone, talking to yourself in the video. But I'm gonna just end it here because apparently I'm just rambling like I usually do, and I can't. Um, I believe I covered most of it so far. So, guess I'll holler at y'all. Holler at me.